All right, hello there. Welcome back for the Star Trek Rewatch. We are winding down in season number 3, and this week we have the Savage Curtain. Um, yeah, basically the one with Abraham Lincoln in space. So we'll just jump right into this, reading from Alan Asherman's Star Trek Compendium, the synopsis. So the writers for this one were Gene Roddenberry and Arthur Heinemann, with the story by Gene Roddenberry. The director was Herschel Dougherty. Stardate 5906.4. While surveying the planet Excalibia, which appears to consist of nothing but a lava-like surface, the USS Enterprise is scanned by a powerful source coming from that world. Soon afterward, an entity who resembles Abraham Lincoln materializes in space, clad in traditional dark suit and stovepipe hat. So, yeah, they see him on the view screen, and he's like in a chair floating in front of a field of stars. The being claims to be the real Lincoln and requests to be beamed aboard. Against the recommendations of Dr. McCoy, Kirk and Spock welcome the entity aboard in full dress ceremony and then accept his invitation to visit Excalibia. There's a scene depicted here where Uhura and Kirk are speaking to the Lincoln entity. Uh, Sadly, this will be the last episode, okay, featuring Nichelle Nichols. I don't know exactly what happened, why she's not in the last 2 episodes of the series, but I think that this might be it. This is the last episode that features the full crew, okay? So we will no longer be seen for the final 2 episodes. Uhura is gone. Let's see here. A rock creature named Yarnik appears and announces that the Enterprise officers will participate in a battle between good and evil so that Excalbians can learn about these humanoid concepts. So, yeah, this good versus evil concept here, just very simplistic. This turns into a morality play. Once again, season 3, we're kind of recycling ideas that we've already seen. This is kind of a rehash of Arena, when Kirk fought the Gorn way back in season 1, when the what were they called? The Organians were testing the crews of the Enterprise and the Gorn in a battle to the death. The Excalbian character here says that Kirk and his crew are welcome to construct weapons from whatever they can find on the planet's surface, just like the Organians did in that episode way back in season 1. So, it's not like prime great Star Trek. Um, However, as a child, I did like this one, but as an adult, it doesn't really hold up that well. It's very, very paper thin. Okay, let's see here. On the good side are Kirk, Spock, Lincoln, and Surak, the Vulcan who united the people of this planet and taught them to suppress their emotions and live in peace. On the bad side are Zora, a merciless criminal scientist, Genghis Khan, the tyrant of ancient Earth, and Colonel Green, an unprincipled, aggressive Terran killer, and Kalis, the Klingon who set the style for his entire empire, the evil counterpart of Surak. Yarrick, Yarnik threatens to destroy the Enterprise if Kirk and Spock do not participate. After both sides conceive plots and counterplots, only Kirk, Spock, Genghis Khan, and Zora are left alive. Yarnik returns Kirk and Spock to the Enterprise. So, Surak does not want to fight. Vulcan, he's a man of peace. So he goes to negotiate with Colonel Green and is killed. Kalis imitates his voice, says, help me, Spock, which prompts Spock to say that a Vulcan would never cry out. But Kirk's like, we got to do something. So Lincoln Poses a plan where Kirk and Spock will rush them in a frontal attack. He'll sneak in behind and release Surak, and well, kind of backfires. Lincoln gets killed. He emerges with like a spear sticking out of his back, and then it just eventually results in, the conclusion is Kirk and Spock just beating the tar feathers out of these guys in hand-to-hand combat. So really not much strategy involved. It doesn't, like I said, it's paper thin. The plot's weak, recycled ideas. But I thought that the guy that played Lincoln in this was pretty darn good. I don't know his name. Let's see if we can find the actor's name here. Lee Berger says, okay, so that was the guy that played Lincoln. Said he could also be seen in segments of One Step Beyond, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He was in The Tigers Are Coming affair with Jill Ireland um, as Charles Bronson's wife, who also appeared. She was in an episode of Star Trek uh, way back. What was that? Season 1? Can't remember. Um, let's see. Who else was in this? The guy that played Surak, Barry Atwater, says that he played an undead vampire, Janos. How do you say this? Sigourney in the 1972 TV movie The Night Stalker. Okay, I guess he played a vampire. Robert Herron, who played Kalis, was Jeffrey Hunter's stunt double in The Cage. So he was Captain Pike's stunt double. And then Janos Prohaska, who played Yarnik, also played the alien creature in Double in the Dark and in A Private Little War. I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. I mean, what is there to say? It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Check off McCoy and Mr. Scott on the bridge having a conversation, a powwow. Scotty's in his full dress uniform, which includes a kilt. Uh, it's fine. I mean, it's not great. It's an average at best episode, in my opinion. Not the best that we've seen by a long shot. Not incredibly awful either. Just it was watchable. Colonel Green tried to negotiate, and Kirk said that you're somewhat different than history portrays you. And Spock reminds Kirk that Colonel Green used to attack people in the midst of negotiations, not unlike the current sitting president of the United States of America, who has attacked Iran twice whilst in the midst of negotiations. So, yeah, I'm not going to get into geopolitics here today, but right now, boy, we surely could use men like Surak, couldn't we? All right, Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, for President and Vice President of the United States. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this one below. Have a wonderful day.